Let's get started. Okay. Welcome, namaskar. This is Onieyk here.
Bienvenidos, Israel again.
Another episode of
Chisme
Chisme
Chai.
Chai. So, what is the whole topic or something that we're looking at for this Halloween?
Dia de los Muertos.
Okay, Halloween is something which is like really, I don't know, how do I say? It's not close, but something that it really gets me going and excited because as a kid, I've only watched Halloween in TV shows. Like growing up in India in the 90s, first and foremost, anything to do with death or anything scary, whatever religion you are in India, that's a no-no. You cannot dress up as a dead person walking around for sure. Yeah, I would have my grandmother come up and say 100 million prayers from morning 3 a.m. So, but then I really loved it. We did our own little makeup in school and whatnot, but never was it like so big and extravagant that has been used. I've really enjoyed Halloween in the past few years. It's a great celebration. Like we dressed up in so many characters. Me and my wife. I think I was showing you the other day. We used to go full on, but yeah, we've had a kid and we have another one on the way. So it's been a little slow, but
Congratulations. He said that so fast you guys probably missed it. They have a kid and another one on the way. Wow.
yeah.
Little Groove is getting a little sister.
Yes, he is, and we are like super excited for it. But yeah, this is Halloween week, so let's talk all about Halloween. So you being, born American and Hispanic, tell me more about Halloween, the actual stuff.
So, I mean, let's start here in the United States. It's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of commercialized.
Yes.
We know that part. Very commercialized.
Yeah.
However, everyone dresses up, trick or treating.
Yeah.
Here in our neighborhood where we live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Here in our neighborhood, last year when they trick or treated, they started like at 5 o'clock. Yeah. We were out of candy in 30 minutes.
I know. I mean, we ran out of candy, and this was our first time. Like it was so different in Atlanta to this neighborhood in Oklahoma that we are, and it just went out, and there were kids even at 11 o'clock. They kept hitting the bell. Like I was like, guys, we are out of chocolates and candy. I had to write it and put it out there, and then someone told me, you need to shut off the lights.
Yeah, the lights is what tells you if you have candy or do not.
Oh, okay. That was a learning that I had after moving here. So yeah.
But even if you turn off the lights, they still come. So that's another issue. But anyways, last year when we were trick or treating, when people were coming in, we would get the busloads of kids from different parts of town too. And like I said, in 30 minutes we were out of candy. Like we had nothing. I emptied out my pantry and we were like gone.
And he has some really nice, fun packs of candy because my son picked a couple of them when we were in his house last week. So we're still almost there, but then he had all of it like weeks ago. And if you guys are somewhere around and you guys know us, make it to his house if you want a fun pack of candies.
Oh, man. But here in the U.S., we have our haunted houses. And here where we're from in Oklahoma, there's one big one called the Hex House. Okay. The Hex House is a huge one, and we're actually giving them free publicity, but sure. But the Hex House is one of the hardest ones to go through here in Oklahoma. Okay. And that one, they even touch you, but you give them permission.
Okay. Yeah. But that's so weird. A doll coming and getting touch you.
Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. But I can't remember one. There's one here in the U.S. I can't remember where it's at. I want to say Connecticut, somewhere around there. Where you have to apply. You've never heard this one?
No.
You have to apply to go into this haunted house, but they do extreme, and then you have to be accepted to go into the haunted house.
Do they check your medical history and stuff?
Oh, they check your medical history. They check to see if you're going to be able to get through the house. So apparently they tie you down, they put bags over your head, they do waterboarding on you. So it's an extreme house. I can't remember the name of the house. If you guys do, please put it in our comment section. Let us know. But here in the U.S., they go all out too as well. You know, the parties, the house parties. However, Mexico is a different deal. Mexico's a different ordeal. It's called Dia de los Muertos, and Dia de los Muertos. When Dia de los Muertos comes to Mexico, there's even different types of food that comes out. Oh. There's a brand called Pan de Muerto. Okay. And the local bakeries make it. Everyone makes it. Mm-hmm. It's a giant pastry this big. Maybe in our next episode I'll bring it so we can show it. But it's a huge bread covered in crystallized sugar. Okay. Very delicious, very good. The same candy stores, they'll make these edible candy school candies. Oh, yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah, they're like this big, and then there's like ones that go from here to like really big ones, and there's the edible candies. But they say that in Dia de los Muertos, everything comes out. You know, everything in La Llorona comes out, and Hawaii comes out, which are urban legends. Okay, I didn't get that. These are like urban legends. Okay, urban legends. Okay. And if you ask any Mexican family, they've had an experience with these urban legends one way or another. Okay. And you know, the kids go out, they go trick or treating as well. Mm-hmm. But the biggest ordeal is the urban legends. Everyone loves to talk about the urban legends during this time. And like I said, if you ask any Mexican family, what's your favorite one? My favorite urban legend? Yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna have to go with La Llorona, which is like the biggest. Sorry, I didn't get that. La Llorona. The crying lady. Okay. You know, the crying woman, the crying lady. The legend goes is that she killed her children. Okay. She killed her own children, and so she goes out screaming, looking for her children. Oh wow! So she's crying and looking for her children. That's dark. In any Mexican, you know, in any city in Mexico, they have their stories that they've heard, and you know, even in our family, we have stories in our family that's been passed down. But yeah, you know, I heard them too. Yeah, we gotta hold on. So because those stories, we're going to do a whole episode. Yeah, like some of those ghost stories and other things that we've had in our families, which we yeah. Of course. But in Mexico, like you, Onieyk was saying, it's a big ordeal. However, I never celebrated Halloween. Oh. I never did. Why? No. Why? Because it was always frowned upon. Okay. So is it based on belief? Based on belief, you know, people think you're gonna go do bad things, and so I never celebrated. Okay. Until recently, I have a little girl. She's like, Dad, I just want to dress up and go get candy. That's it. Yeah. And my wife was like, there's no harm in that. Yeah. So, I mean, why not just dress up? And she loves to dress up. Yeah. So, I mean... unless you are drawing a ring on the floor. Yes, exactly. But my daughter dresses up even if it's not home. Oh, yeah. And Drew does the same thing, right? He dresses up even if it's not home. Yeah, he's a ghost most of the times. Like, so, yeah. So I never celebrated Halloween because, you know, like I said, beliefs. Yeah. But now that we do, making memories... enjoying our times, eating food, spirit. Yeah, and I think so. This is again from one of the movies, Coco, right? Yeah, Coco. Yeah, so that's where I learned a lot about. I know it's a weird place to learn about some of these things. Disney's doing this job, and Disney does do a pretty good job on those things, right? So that's when I realized, you know, like the can you help me with the All Souls Day and the All Saints Day. Yeah, what do you call it? I'm not able to get the word. Dia de los Muertos? Diablo. No. You just said devil. Come on. Dia de los Muertos. Yeah. Dia de los Muertos. Exactly. All right, I got it. Yeah. So
that's why I learned it's also it has like a emotional kind of a touch where you remember the people in your family and the family tree and whatnot, where they think about all the elders that have been a part of the family, which is beautiful. Like you are dedicating some time for after generations, like whether it's your grandparents or great grandparents, keeping their memories alive. It's beautiful. Like you not only educate um, young kids or like people in the family. Hey, that's your great grandpa. Like, how many of us remember like maybe beyond our grandpa in one generation? Like none of us do. But I think a lot of the Hispanic families in Mexico, they had like all these pictures out there. I know there's people do offerings like the kind of things they like. Exactly. But that's beautiful. So what is your take on that? And like,
so a lot of them do remember their, ancestors and the people that have passed away. They build altars for them. They take offerings to them. My take on that, or I don't want to get into much to my take on that. Yeah. However, but that is a tradition in Mexico on Dia de Muertos. They do their offerings, they build their altars, they have pictures all over, right. And they just commemorate their loved ones who have passed away. Yeah.
Because something that the Christian community does still in India, we do have All Saints Day, but nobody's going to be dressed up. It's a day that people just go to church and then they go to the graveyard and light candles and like maybe offer flowers to their loved ones. So that's how it has been in India. But this is quite exciting. So are you dressing up this Halloween?
I am. I still don't have my costume, but I am dressing up. I don't even know who he is, but they just my wife and my daughter were like, "You're gonna be this guy." I'm like, okay. My daughter's Snow White. My wife is the Wicked Witch or something like that. Okay. And I'm the guy who like sends the dwarfs off. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I gotta dress up, and what are you dressing up as?
I don't know. it's so weird because now that Drew is almost 3, there are days when he all of a sudden says, "Hey, I want to be a ghost, mama," and then the next day he comes up and says, "I want to be a witch," and then the next day he says, "I want to be a lion," and then he wants to be a mummy, and we are like, "Can you please decide so we can like finalize what we want to be?" So we are still there. Maybe we'll all be wrapped up in bandages and be like mummies. That's the easiest thing.
So we'll show you guys how our trick or treating went and everything.
Yeah, maybe we'll make some shots.
Yeah, we'll give you guys a sneak peek on what it looks like, us trick or treating, our families and everything like that. But yeah.
Yeah, but this has been awesome. So I think this is another episode that we want to bring it to an end, where we spoke about Halloween and how it's celebrated. In India, it's not. Like I said, there's the All Saints Day. But it's quite interesting to know how it is celebrated both in America and in Mexico.
And in Mexico, it's a huge festival.
Yeah.
And if you guys ever get the chance to see it or to go, it's a neat experience. It really is.
Yeah. And he's promised that he's going to take me to Mexico and for some of these events as well. And he is going to make sure that I don't get picked up.
Yeah.
Well, I keep telling him, "Hey, are there still cartels around?" But he says no. So I believe. And
if he does get picked up, he'll be welcome. Just look at the resemblance.
But yeah, I'm very excited to go to Mexico for sure. There's a lot of my friends and relatives keep talking about it. So we'll make it done.
Yes, we'll make it.
All right. So thanks everyone, and this is end of another episode.
Yeah.
And Norte, take care. Thank you.
Adios. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.